Namaste. Welcome to Mayothsava, where stories dance. Where the poem sings, and there's a lot of story even in a poem, is what we believe. This evening, yes, we are celebrating our first year anniversary in the form of festival, which is lined up from today, April 1st, till April 5th. And yes, the inauguration of our fest, Mayothsava, is going to be done by Ms. Geeta Ma'am. And usually we go via, different streaming apps. And this time we are going from FB directly, wherein once Geeta Ma'am joins in over there, we would be pulling her into the conversation and we will be having our inauguration done by Geeta Ma'am. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you, Rohini. Thank you, Lalita Ma'am, for joining in. Sometime, do I say sometime? This time last year. Yeah, this time last year, the pandemic wave struck us, and there were a lot of stories happening, and we were wondering, what to do next. And that's a personal blog page, which was earlier known as Mayakatha. Yes, when there were a lot of stories being shared. When I was on the terrace, this idea came about creating a forum, a community for all of us. Yes, we all are stories. We keep creating stories. We are part of stories. Thank you, Ramya. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you, Sarita ma'am. Hi, Rajshri. Hi, Geeta Anagam. Srividya, thank you for joining. Shaheen, yes, hello. So, stories are something which is part of our life. For example, I'm just waiting for Geeta ma'am also. Once she's there, I will just pull her into this conversation. Stories, how do I say? We all have cell and we have DNA within us. And DNA is a storehouse of information, not only for the current years, for the future generation too. So, there is something that keeps traveling from one cell to another cell, from one person to another person in the form of message, right? For example, we see dogs wagging their tail. We see the puppy also do the same thing, and we would see even the grandchildren of the dog doing the same thing. So there is some repository which is saved in the form of a message in the DNA, which gets transferred to generation after generation. That's nothing but a story. A story also travels in a similar way. Thank you, Rohini. Thank you for tagging all. Thank you, Niyati. When I'm talking to, I'm just trying to pull Geeta ma'am here. Hi, Veena ma'am. Thank you for joining in. I'm just inviting. 1 second. I've just added an invite to Geeta ma'am. I think she should be joining anytime. Hi, Gladys. Nice to see you here. Thank you, Veena ma'am, for your message. So, stories are something which has been part of our life. And yesterday, I came across a wonderful write-up in a writing community which talks about mental health. And one of my friend, Ms. Girija ma'am, had shared this story over there. We need 1 cup of rice. But do we add 1 cup of salt to the same 1 cup of rice? We don't. Similarly, in a room, we just need 1 bulb and which illuminates the entire room. It gets lit. Similarly, story, whatever quantity it is, ma'am joined, yes. I'm just trying to invite ma'am. Hi, Geeta ma'am. 1 second. I'm just adding her here. Geeta ma'am, if you can just wave if you can just wave, I think I would be in a position to bring you onto the camera. Thank you, all of you, for your patience and joining in. Yes, we need to thank technology that it has given us yet another option to go live here. You know, Geeta ma'am has sent a message. Geeta Ramanujam Ma'am has joined, is what I have got. Geeta ma'am, I think Deva, if you're around, if you can just send a wave. Yes, you can send wave, and I can just pull you into this call. Good evening, Shanaya. Thank you for joining in. Thanks, Niyati. Hi, Parvati Ma. Hi, Aditi. Hi, Poonam ma'am. Thank you for joining over here. Hi, Rohini. In few minutes, I think we should wave send. I'm clicking on ma'am's. Yeah. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, Aparna. Thank you, Zareen. Geeta ma'am, one more try. I get a message but not a wave. I'm trying to see. Yeah, 1 second. I think I can get it done over here. There is another option. Geeta ma'am, the invite has been sent to you. Just see if you can accept the invite, and yes, I think you can join in any time. The invite has been sent. Hi, Chandrika ma'am. Thank you, Ramendra sir, for joining. Hi, Shweta. I'm while talking to you all, I'm just checking how I can add a Geeta ma'am onto the screen again. It is the invite has been sent. Request to be in your broadcast. Yes, I've sent the invite already. Hello. Hi, Ketaki. Thank you for joining. Hi, Bhavna. Okay, we'll check. Thank you, Geeta ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Mamta, for joining in. So, yes, I'm getting from others. I'm sure we can crack it. We'll see for a few minutes, Geeta ma'am. No worries. Otherwise, what we can do is we can, we can enable a live for you separately, and then we go with the inauguration. It's all about stories. It doesn't matter how the story flows, whether it's going to be through the FB Live or through any other streaming app. We are all here, and we would love to wait for you. It's that experience that you're carrying with you, and we would love to hear your stories. And oh, other viewers have been sending invites to join in. Thank you so much. I wish I can get you onto the screen. I'm just waiting for Geeta ma'am so that I can add her over here. And yeah, like I was mentioning about the stories. So stories are everywhere, and yeah, that's how Maya Katha we started. Just to wrap it up, what we did last year. We started with live storytelling every evening for 55 days straight. And every evening from 5 to 5:30, and we had 55 storytellers sharing stories from the length and the breadth of the country, not only the country, from the length and the breadth of the globe. Will join through live stream. Okay, Geeta ma'am says she will join through live stream. Ma'am, any possibility that you can just wave? There is an option to wave. When you're watching, there is an option to wave. And once you wave, I can immediately, get you on the camera. Just one more try. I'm sure it would work. Hi, Momita. Hi, Poyani. Thank you, Ananya. Jasmine, thank you so much. So, there were stories everywhere, and we went on with the live streaming, and then we had June series, then we had Navratri live storytelling sessions. So what I will do is I am going to pause. Yes, to the 30 of you who have joined, stay there. I will pull Geeta ma'am in a separate live connection, and we will inaugurate the Mayothsava function. So what I'm going to be doing is, Geeta ma'am, I'm just going to end this live from my end. This was an introduction or a hello, a thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of you for being part of Maya Katha, where stories dance. And these stories are dancing because of your support and the confidence that you have in all of us. Yes, we work as a team. We will be talking about our team also. And now with 35 people being connected with this live, I'm just going to say we'll be back, and I'm ending this live and bringing Geeta ma'am because we are all waiting to hear Geeta ma'am's story. And thank you, Sonal. Thank you for joining in. Thank you. So I'm just finishing this live. I will be connecting with Geeta ma'am, and she will be here in few minutes. But still, I'm just trying to see there are any possibilities that I can see her and send an invite again, because I would love to travel along with her. And I'm just looking for the possibilities. Yes, it says invitation already sent. Okay, invitation has already been sent. So I'm saying thank you here. I'm just ending the live, and Geeta ma'am will be joining in few
All
minutes.
right, great. Can everyone? Oh, lovely, Lalita. Sorry, Poonam, Kapila, Vikram. Wow, so many people are watching. I'm so glad to be here today, and thank you. And a great wish for Meera for being so patient, and also for bearing with me, because you know the technical is the biggest block for me. So thank you so much all for waiting so long. So here is the story. Yes, and I just want everyone to just put your thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Yes? Oh, great. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. I can see the wave. All right. So here we go with the story. Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakshan. Hiranyagarbo Bhugarbo Madhavo Madhusudanaha. Hiranya. Hiranyaya Namaha. Om Hiranyaya Namaha. Om Hiranyaya Namaha. I am the greatest. And this is what he wanted in his kingdom. He wanted everyone to worship him, because he thought he was the master of the heaven, the Patal Lok, and the Trishanku. And the three worlds he had conquered. And he still wanted more because there was greed in him. He was a curse of Durvasa because he was cursed, and he was the bodyguard for Padmanabha, Sashitrashayi, Bhujagendrashayi, Nandangashayi, Kamalangashayi, Sriraptashayi, Vadapatrashayi. So, now what happened? He was cursed, two of them, Shumban, Nishumban, and they were cursed to take three births as evil men. And the first of that pair was Hiranyakshan and Hiranyakashipu. Now, do you think he was really so bad? No, because he was in a samadhi state when he did tapas. And as he was doing tapas, he was thinking of Sarvam Brahmamayam Re Re Sarvam Brahmamayam. Hey Brahma, you're everywhere. Grant me a boon. And he went into a samadhi state as he sat and he stood on one leg against the storms, against the winds, woo! And the leaves falling all over him. And when he went into that samadhi state was the time when Kayadu, his wife, was pregnant. And it was the 7th child. She was excited. And she was pregnant, and this is the time Indran decided. Indran said, oh no, not another Hiranyakashipu. He's conquering the worlds, and look at his sons. No way, he said. And he grabbed Kayadu, his wife. She was also very pretty. He took, and as he was speeding like how Ravana took away Sita, it was at that time, Narayan, 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 Narayan. Narayana came, Narada came, and he said, Indra, where are you taking? Where are you taking this Kayadu? Huh? She's pregnant. I don't want another Hiranyakashipu. Oh, another Hiranyakashipu. That's what you think. Narada said, there is Bhagavatam. God is in that semen. God is in that egg. It's God, the Parabrahma, the Vishnu, the Mahadeva, everyone, the great Narayana. What are you taking her and going now? And this was the time when Hiranyakshan was busy doing his tapas. Narada was looking at Indra, and Indran said, I don't want to play with fire and water and elements that is in that womb. No. I don't want to play with it. And he left Kayadu near the Himalayas. Now what happened near the Himalayas? Narada gave a smile. He took Kayadu to a beautiful cave. And there he began. Shanno mitra shan varunaha, shanno bhavatvaryamam, shanna indro brihaspatihi, shanno vishnururukramaha, namo brahmane, namaste vayu. And all the beautiful things, bhakti, samam, atma sakshatkaram. What is Atman? What is consciousness? Everything he spoke every day as the sun rose and the sun set, and Kayadu was just listening. But more than Kayadu, it was the little baby that's in up, the little one in the womb, which was already listening to so many things about the goodness of the world. That he was actually telling. And this was the time when, as he was saying, she got pregnant and 9 months were over and she gave birth to a beautiful child, a lovely child. And you know, when the child started walking and crawling, it said na 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 ra 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 ya 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 hurry oh. He didn't say anything else. He only spoke about Narayana. All his Marala was about na ra ra ra. Now it so happened that this child grew up and Hiranyakshan had come away and he had asked for this boon. He didn't know what was happening. But remember, he was curious. He had gone to all the worlds because he wanted to conquer Narayana. He wanted Narayana. He said, I have to be better than Narayana. And Narayana was so smart. You know, he's God, he's very intelligent. You know what he did? He said the best place to hide will be in the heart of Hiranyakshan. So he went and sat off there. So Hiranyakshan could not find any, Hiranyakashipu didn't find anywhere. He didn't find Narayana because Narayana was sitting in his heart. So smart, isn't it? And now that the child was born and he finished asking all the boons. I should not die by morning, by night, by daytime, by an animal, by a bird, by the organs of a body, by somewhere in between the days, by a leaf, by the trees, by an accident, by an axe, by the... Nothing. He had asked everything. Everything. So there was nothing left. He was very satisfied. He came back. And his child, as he was growing up, he was a very happy father because he said, after me, it's going to be Prahlad. Prahladan is going to be my successor. Hey, Kanna, how are you? Come, Kanna. Tell me. Nah. Hiranyakashipu didn't understand anything much. And he was in his own world. And then there was a time when he was almost 6 to 8 years old. And when he was 6 to 8 years old, and just when he was about 7 to 8 years old, Hiranyakashipu decided, I have to open a school. And he called it Hiranyakashipu Memorial School. And he said, I'll have 2 masters, the greatest masters, because the head of the Asuras is Shukracharya. But you know what? Shukracharya went off even when Prahlad was going to be born. He's only going to come in the end. He had his 2 sons. And the 2 sons, Yadu and his other son, were both ready to be the masters in this new school where all Asuras had joined. Asuras is nothing bad. It's just that they're heavier, they're stronger, and they eat a little more. That's all. So slightly better than Asuras would be the Devas. But now the Devas were conquered, right? So now, there the Asuras all came to that school and they followed Om Hiranyaya Namaha, Om Hiranyaya Namaha. But you see, there was also Prahlad. And Prahlad just smiled as he sat. And they said, tell, hey Hiranya's son, say Om Hiranyaya Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's what he started. The 2 of them didn't understand. They said, Om Hiranyaya Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya. Harihi Om. Sashanga Chakram Sakirita Kuntalam Sapita Vastram Sarasiruhekshanam Saharavajrastala Kaustubashyam Namami Vishnu. Oh my God, we don't understand what he's saying. And one day Hiranya, his father, decided to invigilate the school and see how his son is doing. And when he came there, he called his son and he said, hey son, tell me what you've learned. And he said, Vanamali Gadi Shangi Shanki Chakri Chanandagi Sriman Narayano Vishnu Vasudevo Abhirakshato. What is he saying? Hey, he called the 2 masters. What have you taught them? How come my son doesn't know all this? You've been teaching something terrible to him. I told you to teach him about me. What are you teaching him? Train. What? Go now. Before the next term, before the year ends, I want my son to talk about me. You understand? He said. But you know, it never happened. And now Hiranya, the father, he decided to go as a supervisor, and he went there, year-end term exams, right? So he went there and he slowly watched his son, and his son, Narayana, 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 not only alone, with all the other children. All the children are sitting down and doing Narayana, 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 Narayana. And Hiranyakashipu was so angry now, and he said, "What is this happening?" And he called his son. And now he didn't want to use Danda first. So he took Prahlad on his lap and he said, "Hey, you are my best son. You are so intelligent. You are so wonderful. Just once, you only have to say, Om Hiranyaya Namaha." And he smiled and he said, Narayanaya Namaha. Who is that? He is the one who's making you say that. Is there any difference between you, me? Appa, what is this? You, me, that one, this one. They're all one. It's all one Brahman. It's all Narayana. What are you saying? Where does he learn all this? And next he pushed his son. He said, "Go to your mother now." Yadu was very scared. "Feed him that milk, that poisonous milk." And then he said, "Amma, give me the milk." Because he saw it was blue in color. And he said, "Oh, that reminds me of Krishna. It is Narayana's color." Wow, nothing happened. And then Hiranyakashipu was so angry, he sent him into that forest and he asked the elephant to come and trample him. And as the elephant lifted, he said, "Hey, Gajendra, how are you? You remember me?" And Gajendra said, "Oh!" And would he stamp? No, he didn't. And next, from the mountain, he told the mountain, "Crush this boy." And he put all the rocks, he made such a gadaram, 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 gadaram. The rocks started rumbling, and as the rocks came down, he looked at the mountain and he said, "Narayana always sits on top of the mountains. All my gods are always on top of the mountains." And the mountain smiled, and this mountain lifted the little boy and didn't allow the stones to hurt him. And next, of course, he threw him into the sea. Now, into that sea, of course, the sea went block, 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 block. And the sea, the waves said, "Oh, Prahlad, you're that like little bubbles on top of us. Why would we harm you?" And he said, "You are the Parkadal. This is the ocean in which Narayana sleeps. I'm so happy swimming in this." Hiranyakashipu was getting very angry. And now he said, "I know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going crazy. This boy, he doesn't seem to be harmed by anyone. I sent a snake, and the snake doesn't bite him. I send him animals, and the animals don't do anything to him. What do I do with this boy?" And he laughed. Of course they don't harm him, because they're all scared of me. Because if they harm my son, I will kill them, right? That's why even Bhuma Devi lifted him. Oh my God, how come I never thought of that? Naturally they love me because I'm the greatest. And that's when Prahlad smiled deep within himself. And he thought, "Sarvam Brahmamayam Re Re Sarvam Brahmamayam." Maybe his father was quite foolish, he thought. And that's when Hiranyakshan and Hiranyakashipu was, what to do with this boy? He threw him down, he put him in a boiling pot of oil. But whatever he did, nothing happened. Narayan, 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 Narayan. Narada came down and said, I hope everything is well with you and your son Narayan. Narayan is the most beautiful son I've ever known. Narayan, Narayan. And Hiranyakshan and Hiranyan was looking at him and he said, yes, but he's so, he's getting on to my nerves. I don't know what to do with him. Samavada Veda Danda, nothing works. And Narada said, Narayan, Narayan. He said, well, we'll have to wait and see. Perhaps, he said, is there someone you can look up to? Don't come with all this with me, to me. I am the greatest, you know that. Don't you dare, otherwise I'll come. Oh no. Narada went off. And now, there was nothing left. Everything was over. The people trembled. The earth shook. And finally, he dragged this boy by this hair and he took him into the hall and said, where is your Narayan? Is he here? Is he in the air, in the wind, in this leaf, in this tree, in this pillar, in this chair, in this throne? Is he? Where is he? Where is your Narayan? Prahlad said, he is everywhere. He's all over. Everywhere is Narayan, you know. And then God, imagine God suddenly woke up. He was sleeping, right? And he woke up. And he said, oh my God, my bhakta is being troubled. My bhakta is being tortured by his father. How can I tolerate this? I can tolerate anything but not my bhakta. This little boy is hardly 8 years old. He believes in me. He's my great bhakta. He's telling me, he's telling that I'm in the wind, I'm in the stone, I better get into everything. So every atom in the universe, he got in. They say this was the only avatar where God got into every little atom in the universe. And he was everywhere, omnipresent. He got into the leaf, into the water, because he didn't know. Suppose he showed in the fish, I should be in the fish. He was in the fish, he was in the fish's eye. He was in the dolphin, he was in the lion, he was in the animals, he was in the birds. And Hiranyan, he looked at that pillar and he said, will your God be in this pillar? Is your God in this pillar? Tell me. I told you, he's everywhere. And he's omnipresent. Of course, he's in this pillar too. A very calm Prahlad. If he's not in this pillar, I will break your head. And I'll tear you apart like a lion. And I'll drink your blood. Have you ever heard a father saying this? And this was the last straw. And this was the time when God, who was confused, he didn't know which animal to become, which man to become, how to be not an animal, not a man, not a bird. What should I become? When he was thinking inside that pillar, he got the idea actually from Hiranyakshan. You know, when Hiranyan said, I will break, I got the idea, he said. Okay? And this was just at the twilight hour. Neither the evening, nor the dusk, nor the morning, nor the night. And he took his mace and he swung it around and he just hit that pillar. When he hit that pillar, dum! the sound went dum, and that pillar was going to break, but he said, "Oh, I am stronger than the mace. I'm going to bang it." And he banged it with his fist, but nothing happened. And again he took his mace and he said, "This pillar is so strong." I know, because there's no Narayana in this. And with this one last blow, he banged into that pillar. And from below that pillar, from that pillar above, there was an angry lion who came out, half lion, half man, and he picked up Hiranya and he put him on his lap, and and he tore his intestines, and he drank the blood and he put it on himself as a garland. And the sight was something, because there was Hiranyan on the lap, on the step, which was neither inside the house nor outside the house. It was neither inside nor outside. It was neither day nor night. It was the twilight hour. And with him on his step, with the nails. You know about nails? They are alive and they are not alive. They are alive when they are on your hands, and they are not alive when you cut them. Have you noticed that? And that's what Hiranyan had asked. So he put those nails and tore it. Now this happened and the whole world began to shake. Woo, woo, woo. There was earthquake. There was woo, woo, woo. Wind everywhere. And there was storms everywhere. And the sea rose. Woo, woo. Nobody had seen the tides rising so high. The wind, the fire, the earthquake, the volcanic eruption, and everything, whoa! It just erupted. All the elements at play, all the elements within Narasimha. Nara, half man, Simha, lion. And there, nobody. Om Dev Shantihi, Antariksha Shantihi, Apa Shantihi. Devas. He was not listening. No. Tejo Asi, Tejo Maidehi, Viryamasi. The Gandharvas, the Devas, the Kudavus, even the Asuras, and Lakshmi. They pleaded with Lakshmi. Lakshmi couldn't go near. She was shivering. She'd never seen Narayana like this. That rage red in his eyes. And there was fire everywhere. The palace was burning. And then they all looked at Prahalad. And Prahalad was the only one watching and waiting. And when he saw Narasimha, he was not afraid. You know what he did? He just did Sashtang Namaskar to Narasimha and said, Hari Pita, Hari Mata, Hari Guru Jnanadata. Hey Guru, hey Bhagwan, Om Namo Narayana Namo Narayana 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 Krishna Mukunda Murare. He Narasimha, He Vamana. Jaya Jagadish Hare Keshava. Jaya Jagadish Hare. And in his mind he said, God, please look at myself and yourself. I'm within you, you're within me. You taught me about Atma Sakshatkaram. We are all souls. Sarvam Brahmamayam. And suddenly, Narasimha looked at this child and his anger just came down. He picked up this child, put him on his lap. And nobody knew where that anger went. Everything calmed down. The waves and the winds became smooth. The lands settled. The water rested. Blup, 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 blup. And everything rested. And then Narasimha looked at Prahlad and said, Prahlad, you're the best bhakta I've ever had. Ask me for a boon. And you know what Prahlad said? Keshava, Narayana, please give me a boon, that I should not ask for a boon anymore. I just want to be with you, be you, and you pervade everywhere. And that is why in Bhagavad they say that the first bhakta in the list of the bhaktas, first comes Prahlad, then comes Narada, then comes Parashara Muni. So strange, a little boy was first on the list. And well, he went on to grow up with the blessings of Narasimha. And that is one of the avatars I love, because this is the time when God got into every atom of this universe. And so it was a Maya, isn't it? And that's why we call it Maya Katha. It's an illusion, and yet it's true. I wish Maya Katha great success for this festival, the Mayothsava. I'm sorry I began late, and I hope you all enjoyed this story. Narayana 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 Narayana. Hari Om. Thank you to all the listeners who are listening to me and sharing this story from my Atma to your Atma. Thank you so much. Thank you, Meera.
Namaste, Swagata, Suswagata, Namaskara to Maya Katha, where stories dance. Are you wondering, oh my god, Meera's back again and she's going live? Okay, here I'm taking an opportunity from the team Maya Katha. When I say team Maya Katha, all of us from here in Maya Katha, where stories dance, we wish to say thank you, Geeta Ramanujam Ma'am, for such a beautiful story about Prahallada Narsimha Avatara. And yes, viewers, we have all the elements. We have all the elements in this story. We were talking about elements as a theme for Mayothsava Day 1. We had such a beautiful connect. Stories inspire us, people inspire us. It so happens sometimes we just get to hear a story, or we read a story and we get inspired. And sometimes what happens, we hear people sharing their inspirational story, or they in themselves are an inspiration. And this evening, in the inauguration of Mayothsava, Geeta Ramanujam Ma'am, she brought us stories and she brought inspiration also along with us. It was lovely hearing hearing story from her directly. Yes, we've heard several times Geeta Ramanujam Ma'am's stories are beautiful. I always used to wonder, why not we get an opportunity to hear one? And here in Mayothsava, she inaugurated the connect so beautifully, aesthetically. And what else do I say? I've just literally got the goosebumps, where I was just listening to the story, what she was sharing. Like I mentioned, yes, stories are in the message, stories are in the DNA, and it travels generation after generation. That's how we've been hearing stories. I would take a back step now and say thank you, all of you, for joining in. Thank you, Shaheen. Thank you, Sandhya. Thank you, Ramendra sir, for sharing your experience. Lovely. And yes, she is a national treasure. Of course, she is a national treasure. So here I am to share an update. 7 p.m. we are going live again. My friend Rohini Jain, yes, she would be hosting this evening's Connect. We have stories being shared by Parvati Ishwaran Ma'am and Meera Venkateshan. Be here. You want to grab a coffee or a tea or grab a bite. Come soon along with a cup of a coffee, whatever you call it as. And with the snacks that you have, we would be joining here again with story. Yes, stories. Welcome to Mayothsava. Thank you for joining in. See you then at 7 p.m. Bye-bye.